Hey, hi, my name is Chris. Every day I do a vlog. I'm doing it for 1,000 days, guys. So if you could like, subscribe, and maybe hit that bell notification, I'd really appreciate that. Every day I talk about something uniquely different. And today, being alone when you age. Yes, it happens to a lot of people here in the UK. There's a lot of people, as they got older, they're actually living on their own. And some of it through choice, some of it not. Some people just choose to have a life where they just want to be on their own. Maybe they've had enough chaos in their lives. Maybe they've had enough of the, as I call it, drama, and they choose to be on their own. And I think that's probably quite a familiar circumstance for an awful lot of people. I think with it comes its challenges, doesn't it? When you're on your own and you literally have a lifestyle that just involves you, it can mean that you've got peace in your life. Yes, there's no drama. Yeah, there's a lot of your time, as I say. You've got enough time to do the things that you want when you want to do it. You don't have to answer to anybody. There's lots of benefits there. But there's also lots of negatives, and maybe the negatives are that you're not as socially active. You may not be seeing too many people, communicating, not having the connection with people that you used to have, and maybe that's something that really resonates with you. Maybe not having that free interaction with people. There's a time in your life you probably had too much, where people were just calling you up every 5 minutes and arranging meetings and coffee stops and all sorts of things. But yeah, now you find yourself in a place where you're on your own and you're a lot older. And of course, as you get older, there's that propensity where your health might be impacting. And it may mean that you're not able to get out as often as you used to. And when you aren't socially active, when you don't have that connection with people, I think that's when the rot can set in. And when the rot sets in, that's when things become difficult. Life can become difficult. There are fors and against, aren't there? And as you've got older, as you've grown older, you've realised that certain people in your life aren't bringing joy to you. So you limit your contact there. And you really are living life on your terms. Now, if you've got your health, it means that you can explore more, you can do more, you can travel, you can experience this world in an infinite way. And there are possibilities that pop up in our lives where we're just happy to go with it. I think there is a study, I'm sure I read this somewhere, that if you're elderly and you're on your own, you probably won't live as long as if you were in a relationship or with somebody or having some kind of connection. And I'm sure I've read that somewhere. Now, I don't know, you could probably talk yourself in and out of an awful lot of that. And I think maybe having the kind of lifestyle where you maybe have a mix, that's probably what maybe people should aim for. Because if you do have people in your life and these people bring some benefit to you in terms of a mutual benefit rather, so you both get something out of that connection as you're older, that's not bad. Maybe you look in on each other, speak to each other now and again, just to make sure that you're both doing okay. I think the issue of becoming elderly, ironically enough, comes more to the fore as you get older, because you just realise that it's a luxury to get old, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It's a luxury. Not everybody has that luxury. And if you're able to enjoy the life that you have, that's wonderful. Of course, one of the pitfalls is loneliness. feeling alone, being on your own with anyone. And loneliness, I think, can kill. It can really impact on your mental health, and obviously on your physical health. It's such a tragedy, isn't it, when you see people that don't have that connection, who are absolutely yearning it. I've been in the park with my dog, and somebody quite elderly recently has come up to me, and they've had a conversation with me, and I just found that it's lovely that they're able to do that, but it's almost like there's that desperation of want, of need, of contact, and fulfilling that need, getting that contact, I think is sometimes necessary. Have you ever been in a position where you've kind of been locked away for a few days, and you just felt, I've got to get out. I just want to get back out into humanity. I've been like that, and it was almost like I couldn't wait to actually speak to somebody. So can you imagine a world where it's just you walking around on the planet with nobody else around? You're probably going to feel lonely at some point. So in old age, or when you become elderly, because that is a luxury. When you become elderly, the need for contact, I think, is important. And I think that's why people do things like this. They come in shopping, don't they? They look around the shops, maybe say hello to people, maybe meet people and sit down and have a coffee, which is something that I'm going to do in a few minutes with my sister. We're going to have a little coffee, and we're going to have a little chat about life. And of course, me and my sister, we're actually older now, and we actually make the time. I think when you're younger, you're racing around and you're too busy doing what you want to do, And it always seems that there isn't enough time in the day when you're younger. But when you're older, you make time for things that are important. And if you realise that when you get older, you may not have some of the people in your life that have been there. Some of the people have passed. They've gone their own separate way. And when they do pass, that can make you feel lonely. You could have been in a relationship with somebody for a very long time, and that relationship, sadly, because of an illness, has come to an end. And that's another reason why loneliness can set in. It really can. So I think maybe having a network of people that you fall back on, that's, I think, important. Maybe even if it's just one or two people. And I've heard of stories where, like, older people just sort of ring each other up and check in with each other, and that is important to have, I think. At least some kind of social connection, if you can grab it. And I think that's I think an important thing to have. At least there is somebody that can be in your life. So if you find yourself in a position where you are feeling lonely, it's I think sometimes reaching out to clubs and different places. By the way, this place behind me is so lovely. I do love it there. The chocolates that they serve out is absolutely incredible. So maybe reaching out to a club, reaching out to some kind of group, some place where you feel that you belong, and you can make friendships that way. You can make connections with people who just want to be friends with you. Maybe they're in similar circumstances to you. And that's worth knowing, isn't it? Reaching out to people who are in a similar circumstance can help you maybe live a more fuller life. Because I find when you meet similar people in similar circumstances, they can say to you, actually, Chris, come and do this, or I'm doing that, and I've got this hobby, and it can open doors to other opportunities and other options. And doing that, can brighten your life a bit and make your life so much more. But I think there's an epidemic, maybe in the UK, of a lot of elderly people, because we've got an older population here. That they're experiencing life of loneliness, and with loneliness sometimes comes desperation and the need to I don't know, just reach out and do something different. But it takes sometimes that first step, doesn't it? Being able to take that first step, and not an awful lot of people feel comfortable doing that. So, but there we are. I thought I'd share that with you. Maybe I'll revisit this when I'm 80, if I'm lucky enough to get that far. You never know. I might actually not be lucky enough to get that far. And if I do, I do. That'd be great. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. I'm going to grab a coffee with my sister, and we're probably going to talk a load of rubbish for the next half an hour, but it's more an hour even. It's going to be lovely because she's lovely, and that's in a way me reaching out to this connection. So anyway, thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. I'll be back again tomorrow with something completely uniquely different. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now. Take care.